U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Tuesday that Washington is looking to cooperate with China to solve big challenges. His remarks come as China prepares to send an envoy to Ukraine for peace talks.
Meanwhile, the U.S. is providing Ukraine with $1.2 billion in military aid ahead of its expected spring offensive against Russia. Voice of America's Ching has more.
Russian forces attacked Kyiv with a barrage of missiles hours before Russian President Vladimir Putin gave a speech at the Victory Day parade in Moscow's Red Square, accusing the West of waging a real war against Russia. In Washington, the Pentagon said the U.S. will provide Ukraine with $1.2 billion in military aid ahead of its expected spring offensive against Russia.
Right now, of course, the focus is on the Ukrainian efforts that we anticipate to try to retake more of the territory that's been seized from Ukraine by Russia over the last 14 plus months. My own estimation is that they have in place across all of those dimensions what they need to continue to be successful in regaining territory.
Ukraine's spring offensive against Russia may pave the way for negotiations by the end of the year, officials say. In Europe, officials said China could play a part.
China, as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, can play a significant role in ending the war if it chooses to do so.
Chinese Foreign Minister Ching said Tuesday that China is preparing to send a peace envoy to Ukraine.
We will persist in promoting peace talks, and we will send the Chinese government special envoy for Eurasian affairs to visit Ukraine in the near future.
But one analyst is skeptical.
The Chinese are not neutral. They are not unbiased. They are clearly tilted, much tilted, toward Russia. The key caution is to be sure that any conversation with the Chinese about the Ukraine war, or the Russian war on Ukraine, has the Ukrainians as participants.
U.S. officials say there is a role for China to play in mediating peace talks, but such diplomatic efforts should be consistent with the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. Ching, VOA News, Washington.